The Heaths lived at Tulse Hill. Their father was a doctor. He had not meant to be a doctor. He would have liked to have been a soldier, but in an accident he was shot through the leg. Unfortunately, his leg was very badly hurt and he walked lame ever afterwards. Obviously, soldiers have to have both their legs working properly, so he became a doctor instead. He was not the rich sort of doctor people go to see in Harley Street, paying 5 guineas a visit, but the sort that looks after large families. Dr. Heath quite understood about large families, having 4 children of his own. Mrs. Heath was just the right sort of wife for a doctor. She always remembered what had been the matter with the patients and asked after them when she met them outside, and sent round flowers and lent books when they were ill, and sometimes, when they were convalescent and had no garden, suggested they would get well quicker if they came and sat in hers. She had been very pretty when Dr. Heath married her, but being busy and running in and out in all weathers had made her skin rather rough, and anxious times over money had turned some of her hair grey. It did not matter about these things, because neither Dr. Heath nor the children would have anything about her different. They all thought her perfect as she was. The 4 Heath children were called Jim, Susan, Nicolette, and David. Jim and Susan were twins. All the children had different shades of red hair. They got this from their father and their grandfather, who were red-headed. Grandfather was not red any more, except in one little patch in his left eyebrow. Jim's hair was really only just red. Many people would have called it sandy. Susan was the beauty of the family. Her hair was the lovely shade of red. It was long and it curled. At parties and things like that, it was combed out and worn loose, and people admired it, which she hated because she was shy. Ordinary days she wore it in 2 plaits. She was rather tall for her age and thin, and had reddish-brown eyes and a pink and white complexion. Nicolette, who was always called Nicky, because Nicolette really is a mouthful when you are speaking in a hurry, had not nearly as nice hair as Susan's. It was a very orange red, and it was straight. She wore it short, cut in a fringe. As soon as she was old enough to notice people at all, she wished she looked like Susan. It seemed hardly fair that Susan should have both things, prettiness and curls. Prettiness she could have done without at a pinch, but she did grudge the curls. Curls are so easy to keep tidy. David had the sort of hair which made it absolutely certain that wherever he went in life he would be called Ginger. Sometimes he was called Rogers after the film star. This sounded like a compliment, but it was not meant as one, and he never thought it was. From the time he could speak at all well, he had a passion for long words. He would spend hours looking them out in a dictionary. Sometimes he used the words in the right places, but not always. Annie was the cook general. Once, soon after Dr. and Mrs. Heath were married, a travelling circus left an acrobat behind in a hospital. She was the daughter of a trapeze artist. She had spent almost all her life in pink tights, jumping off into the air from one trapeze, catching her father by the ankles as she went, turning a somersault and landing on another trapeze.